Hey guys, welcome to Invisalign update number 5. Yes, you heard that right. This is an Invisalign update and not an Invisalign finale. And the reason for that is because I'm not done my Invisalign yet. So what happened? First and foremost, I want to show you guys something. This is my original treatment of 44 trays that I had initially done. I was supposed to be finished in February, and technically I was. I went in for a scan for my Vivera retainers, which I actually have right here. What you get with them is like a tray that's gray. And the retainers themselves, I got them, and they look the same as Invisalign. The only difference is they're a little bit of a thicker resin, a harder and thicker plastic, and that's it. And that's just the retainers. They look the same as Invisalign. So what ended up happening was, at the end of my treatment, when I went in for my last appointment to scan my teeth, I started to get really dissatisfied with where my teeth were at. But I didn't speak up. I didn't speak up at the time because first and foremost, I was sick of having the Invisalign trays in my mouth. I was sick and tired of having buttons and having to wear elastics. I just wanted it to be over. And at the time, I said to myself, whatever, I'll settle. My teeth are not where they should be, but they're okay, so I'll just deal with it. I also have to get a crown on this tooth because I had a root canal, so it's slightly darker. Even if that tooth was flush and seated properly where it should be at the end of my Invisalign treatment, it still would appear like it was receding, like it was sitting a little bit more back just because it's slightly darker, so it gives that illusion. But there's that, combined with the fact that this tooth isn't where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be slightly more outward, like out. Same thing with this tooth here. Now, on this side, the problem is when I look straight forward and smile, you can't really see too much. But when I turn to the side, what becomes obvious is I had disking done on that tooth right here. And I don't know if you can tell in the video, but in pictures or in real life, when I turn slightly to the side, it becomes obvious. There's a space in my front teeth, which I was actually concerned about from the get-go when they were disking my teeth. I was like, I'm okay with you guys disking like here on the sides, but not on the front. They said, oh, no, we have to facilitate movement. And I said, okay, well, you guys are the experts. I was really nervous about this exact thing happening, being finished and having spaces in my teeth, which is like, oh my God. So have that space, the disking space, because this tooth didn't move to where it was supposed to, which was forward and to the side a little bit. And this tooth here, although it's come down significantly from where it was, it's still not where it's supposed to be. So this became increasingly obvious. And initially I was willing to settle. But then as the time passed, when I received my retainers, what ended up happening, I was supposed to go back in 2 weeks just to make sure everything was okay and then film a testimonial for my dentist. What happened was that willingness to settle started to disappear, and I started to become increasingly frustrated with where I was at and unhappy with the end result. And it all became even all the more obvious and evident when I was wearing my retainers, because what happened was I was whitening my teeth at the time because they'd removed all the attachments and everything. I was like, yeah, I get to whiten my teeth. And what they advised was that I take my old Invisalign tray and use that as a whitening tray so I don't like ruin or damage my retainers. So I said, okay, great idea. So as I was doing that, when I would put it in the beginning, I would notice that, it was like really bothering me that my teeth weren't sitting in them properly where they should have been at the end. And I was like, that sucks. What's even worse was 2 weeks in, that tray, my last Invisalign tray, I started to feel tension on my teeth. And that shouldn't have happened. Technically, that last tray should have been the same as my Vivera retainer. Now, my Rivera retainer, my teeth were scanned at the end and that mold was done. And just standing there and looking at my last Invisalign tray and my Vivera retainer, the difference in the end result was astounding. And it was started to bother me. When you see a visual representation like in your hands, it's something completely else. And then to feel the tension on my teeth from my old Invisalign, it just reminded me of how far removed I actually was from my end goal for my teeth. And when I went in for the final appointment for the checkup for my retainers, they asked me, so how are you doing? I was like, not good. And I explained to them, I was like, look, like I'm not happy with the fact that my teeth aren't where they're supposed to be. I'm not happy with the fact that I have to cosmetically alter like this front tooth now because it's not where it's supposed to be. And I already paid $8,000 for my teeth. So now I have to invest more money because I don't have the desired end result. And I was like, you know what? I'm not happy. And they said, okay, no problem. And my dentist was like, we'll do another like set of trays. The only thing that I have to cover the cost of actually is the retainers. And I was okay with that because had I spoken up sooner, like before they scanned my teeth and said, look, I'm not happy, I wouldn't have had to because the cost of this was included in the treatment. But because they'd already ordered it, I have to cover the cost of the next one, which is fine. It's like $200. And that's okay. I'm willing to take that financial hit because it was my own lack of speaking up and, you know, just like being okay and to settle is what put me in this position. So, that's okay. So for this next treatment, I already have my attachments put on. They scanned my teeth. They sent it off to Invisalign. And they designed me the treatment. And I have 40 more trays. My first treatment was 44. This treatment is 40 trays. And I think that I'm going to take a wild guess, and they're just making the movement smaller. And I'm doing these once a week. And I think it's just, you know, to help facilitate like moving the teeth. And you can actually see in this video here, I'm going to post it here. This is where my teeth are. And this is where they're supposed to be in 40 weeks. I think the reason why they're doing a lot of trays is because my teeth are very hard to move in the first place. And it's once a week I'm doing them. So it's 40 trays. I'm doing them for 40 weeks. They gave me the box, and in it, I have all my trays. I just want to let you guys know that I'm actually not done my Invisalign treatment, and if you see like things on my teeth in my pictures, that's what it is. It's because I'm not finished my Invisalign like I said I was supposed to be. I'm not really happy that I have to do another 40 weeks of this, but I'm also not happy with my teeth, and after investing that much money, that much time already, and not having the desired end result, that to me is unacceptable, and I'm not willing to settle. So the takeaway from all this is speak up, speak your mind. If you're not happy with something, don't settle. In my instance, I wasn't happy with where my teeth were, and I communicated that to the dentist, and I thought I was gonna upset them and cause problems, but in the end they were like, no, hey, like, I get it. And I think it's because he also recognized that my teeth weren't where they should be or where we wanted them to be. So it was kind of like, yeah, let's continue. So speak up, don't hold back. You never know like what you want. Maybe somebody else wants the same thing too, but they're also afraid to speak up. So speak up. I just wanted to let you guys know that this is what I'm doing. I'm not done my Invisalign, but moving forward, I'm not actually going to do any more Invisalign updates. I think I've covered everything there is to cover in my Invisalign vlogs, and I will do one final one when it's all finished in 40 weeks from now. So I'm looking forward to the end of it. I'm not happy that I have to do 40 more weeks, but as I said, I'm not happy with where I'm at, so I'm willing to do what it takes to get there. Other than that, if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the description, and I'll answer them when I film the future Invisalign video. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you back here shortly. Bye.